Hey everyone, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be going over the different scrubs that I own in my collection. So I'm going to be going over the different brands, different textures, kind of what works best for what kind of scrub you're looking for, kind of a thing, if that makes sense. So if that sounds like something you guys are interested in, let's go ahead and jump right on into the video. So I figure we'll start with the Dove body polishes. So these, specifically I'm talking about the medium grade because there's a light grade and then a deep grade exfoliation. The deep is an interesting texture. It's a lot creamier, like thicker, and then larger granules. So there's that. But the medium one is, let's see, I don't know if texture is going to show very well on camera. If it doesn't, I'll try and get like closer shots. But you can see it's a very creamy base, but it's a little bit of like a thinner base, and it's got some larger granules. Specifically this one has like those larger, darker granules, but then the entire base is made up of these like micro, tiny granules that just exfoliate so gently, but so effectively. But this one is a much more gentle form. Like I said, the granules are very small, but very like dense within the product, so there's a lot of tiny granules, and that just like, it just helps the exfoliation be more effective essentially without being super harsh. Because when you've got large granules, it's like, think of like a chunk of salt or a rock. If you're rubbing a rock across your skin, you're gonna get marks, you're gonna, it's gonna hurt. If you get a grain of sand and you rub that against your skin, it's not gonna hurt. It's just a size thing. If it's bigger, it's got sharper edges, it's gonna be a little bit more rough and abrasive. These granules are so small in the best way possible. Dove is one of my favorite scrub formulas. Their body polishes, I've been using these for years, since way before I figured out about Tree Hut, or since Tree Hut like became a thing in my life. I've been using these since like college. They're my favorite for when I want like a softer exfoliation, but a still super effective one. So it's just because the granules are smaller doesn't mean it's not exfoliating well. Like, it does its job and it does its job beautifully. But on days where I just want something less aggressive and abrasive, this is the formula I go for. It's almost so gentle that you could use it every day, although I recommend giving your skin a break. Scrubbing every day is just going to aggravate your skin, especially if you have sensitive skin. So a day or two at the very least between scrubbing, regardless of how gentle the formula is, it's just the best thing for your skin so you're not aggravating it. But overall, really nice formula. It's, like I said, it's got a nice creamy base, but a bunch of super small granules that just make it very effective, but also very gentle. So now on to Tree Hut, which is probably the other most like popular brand for scrubs. These ones, I definitely would recommend a couple days between uses because they are more abrasive than a Dove. You've got the larger granules. It's a bit more of like a loose base, so the granules can kind of run a little bit more freely. They're not as like held together, if that makes sense. The texture is really good if you're looking to get like a hearty exfoliation. If you just feel grubby from a long day at work, or maybe we're out working in a garden, you're covered in dirt, whatever the case may be, this is something for like, if I'm feeling a little grubbier, then this makes me feel extra clean. Really good formula. Overall, really enjoy the Tree Hut scrubs. It's also the bonus that they've got a bunch of fun scents, and they're also always releasing new scents. So if you don't like anything in the lineup now, wait a month, they're probably gonna release something you love. That's just the way that they bring out their scents is unlike any other brand. It's insane. They have so many scents. But overall, really nice brand, really nice texture. Like I said, it's more abrasive than the Dove, but it's still as equally effective. Overall, really nice formula. If you're looking for something a little bit more scrubby than a Dove, then this is the way to go. So then on to Onyx Bathhouse. These you can find at TJ Maxx in like slightly larger tubs, or you can find these smaller ones at Walmart. They just like repackaged. I don't know if they reformulated, but I know they repackaged their scrubs. So I definitely need to test that out, see if it's similar. I will let you guys know once I've done that. But these scrubs are different than like a Dove or a Tree Hut in the case where you can't just scoop it out and immediately go onto your skin. It's, I don't know if it's gonna show properly, but it's like a fairly dense chunk of scrub. Like that is, it's not going anywhere. It's a solid unit. So the best way to use it, and it actually does tell you this on the packaging, is to scoop out a bit, mix it with water so it becomes a little softer, a little more malleable, and then you can go in and scrub your skin with it. These are much denser and more exfoliating than a Tree Hut. This is like a fairly large granule, fairly abrasive scrub. So it's the kind of thing you don't want to use this every day. You don't even want to use it every other day. I'd say maybe 2 times a week max, just to give your skin a little bit of a breather before you go back in with it. But they're really good. Honestly, this is all, the 3 I've gone over are my 3 favorite brands. I feel like Dove and Tree Hut are a little bit more readily available. Onyx Bathhouse you kind of have to hunt for a little bit, but they also have a lot of really fun scents, which is also a bonus. Definitely more than Dove. They do like seasonal scent releases, but really good formula overall. If you're looking for a more abrasive scrub, like more abrasive than Tree Hut, this is the one to opt for. It also has like a foaming factor because I think it's got like a bit of a soap base to it. So you also just feel like you're getting clean while you're using it, not just exfoliating. But overall, definitely one of my favorites. Highly recommend if you find a scent you like, or just you're really wanting to try one out, something that's a little bit more exfoliating, definitely give this a go, but definitely mix it with water first. Don't just scoop it and go on. That's gonna be just too much. So then the last 2 I wanted to share with you guys are these 2 from Bath & Body Works. So we'll go over the foaming sugar scrub first, and then we'll go over the exfoliating glow. So this one is similar to the Onyx Bathhouse in the way that when you use it, it actually like foams up, suds up a little bit, kind of like as if there was a soap in the base. But when you squeeze it out, it's got a more similar texture to Tree Hut. I'm gonna see if I can do this without making a mess. But we've got, it's a little bit thicker because it is in tube form, but you can kind of see, again, my camera's not very good, so I apologize. It's got more hardy, chunky granules to it in the same vein as a Tree Hut. And it's got a similarly textured base to it as well. But it's also, like I said, it's got that foaming factor to it as well. These all come in squeezy tubes, so you just squeeze it out onto your hand and then you go. You don't have to dip into a tub, which I really appreciate. I think it's just, especially if you have like longer nails or like fake nails on or whatever, like I hate dipping into a tub and then just getting all the granules like under my nails, like drives me insane. So that's a nice factor to be able to just squeeze it out. But overall, I would compare this most to a Tree Hut with the additional like foaming factor to it. I'd say those textures are the most similar. These are going to be more pricey though. Tree Hut is anywhere from like $7 to $10, maybe $11, depending on where you get it. Always more expensive at Ulta. So check out like a Target or a Walmart first. You're gonna find a little bit cheaper there. But these retail for, at least this one is $19.95. So almost $20. Something I only get on a sale. I will not buy this full price, even if the scent is the best thing in the world. I will not buy it full price. But yeah, I'd say the best way to describe this one is it's most similar to a Tree Hut with that additional Onyx Bathhouse foaming factor. Really nice overall, something if you want a little bit more abrasive of an exfoliation, this is the one to go for. And then on the other end of the spectrum is the exfoliating glow. So this one, again, I'm gonna do my best to show you texture, but first off, it's a lot thinner. Like you can see it's not, ooh, nice little bubble. It's not holding its shape like the foaming one was. And it's also got more of like a gel type base to it, almost in a similar vein to like glue, but not glue. Like it's the same texture, but it doesn't have like the same drying component as glue. I don't know, that's just immediately where my brain goes. And then of course it's got the iridescent factor because it's their exfoliating glow. That does not stick on you in the shower though, so don't be alarmed. You're not going to be covered head to toe in like glitter or anything like that. But the granules in this one are much more sparse than the foaming scrub. So you'd think it would give you like a lighter exfoliation, but it's still super effective. Like, I don't know how, I don't know the science behind it. It's almost like it's similar to Dove, where because it's not as harsh, you can kind of scrub a little bit longer, so you're still getting that same exfoliation factor, but it's not as like aggressive and agitating, if that makes sense. I don't know, I really enjoy these ones. Of the two from Bath & Body Works, they do a creamy one as well, but I haven't tested that out enough yet to be able to like share my thoughts with you guys. I've only used it once. But of these two, definitely Exfoliate and Glow is my favorite because it's got a base that also just makes my skin soft in general. It's like a more moisturizing base, but then the granules, because they're less abrasive, I feel like I can go in with this more frequently. This one I would probably use twice a week. This one I could use every other day and be perfectly fine. Like my skin would be okay with that. This one's just a little bit too aggressive to do that. I think my skin would not be very happy, but it's got a really good base, like I said, more moisturizing. The granules are just softer and more comfortable on my skin. It's got the glow, so it's really pretty, but overall they're both really nice. Definitely recommend if you can find them on a sale. Do not pay full price. Don't you even think about paying full price for these, that's ridiculous. But they're really good overall. I prefer this formula over this one, but I like them both. All right, so that's everything that I wanted to go over today. If you guys want to see a part 2, maybe including like Pacifica scrubs, the creamy scrub from Bath & Body Works, or just other scrub brands you guys are curious about, June and Moon. I've tried so many of their scrubs. I've got some thoughts on their scrubs. But if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know down below. And also let me know your thoughts on some scrubs. What's your favorite formula? What are you constantly repurchasing? Do you even use body scrubs? Is that the one thing that you just stay away from, don't want to touch it? Let me know down below. I would love to hear from you guys. All right, you guys, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave me a like and a comment below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.